Today we're going to take a look at Lutron's brand new Serena Smart Wood Blinds. These wood blinds are automatic, so you can easily tilt them by voice or through Pico remotes. You are able to use what's called natural light optimization to automatically adjust based on where the sun is located, and you can easily lift these up with a touch of a hand. All the way.
Wow, I was like not expecting that.
Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Tech with Brett, where I help tech work for you. So today we're going to be checking out the brand new Lutron Serena Smart Wood Blinds. Now, Lutron did provide me with one blind over here for this window, but I have this unique bedroom and this bathroom over here. So I decided to pick up a blind for this part so that we can have them look the same, as well as we can have the automations automatically open and close each blind in unison, which will be really cool. But before we get into how to set them up, I want to show you the current state of my blinds that I currently have. So these have been here since we moved in. Here I have some broken slats. It's about every blind in the home is like that. They're just getting really old, dirty. We could probably clean them, but it's not going to help the look of them too much. Now I currently do have a My Smart Blinds automation kit set up right here. It is a cheaper way to go than the Serena wood blinds, but I've had some issues with that. I have it set up on an automation to open and close every day, and I think every night it never actually closes. We have to manually do it. And then the battery, it lasts a while, but here I do have a solar panel, and whenever we try and open the window, as you can see, it just fell down, and it's gonna break, and it doesn't stick on very well, and so it just falls down like that. So it's not very convenient to have the solar panel. I don't think it will work anywhere else, but that doesn't work very well. And then the blinds are just kind of old, so yeah, we need to replace those. And then over here, this blind is kind of weird. I don't know what happened to the bottom here, but you can see this slat was not installed properly. Again, it's broken over here. So we're going to replace both of these and test out the brand new wood blinds. So let's first get into what you can order and what you should order when you are ordering wood blinds. Now let me take you through the steps to ordering and some tips I learned along the way. So head to serenashades.com. We're going to select design and buy. Now, not only can you get the smart wood blinds, you could also get the honeycomb shades or the roller shades, but we're going to go with the wood blinds today. Now, you can get up to 72 inches for one window, or you could do the 2 under 1, which takes you up to 96. So I chose single band. And then the next thing is we need to get the measurement. So if you've never measured a window before, it's pretty easy. Just measure the width at the top, middle, and the bottom, and you're going to take the smallest measurement. So mine was 71.5 inches. And then you're going to measure the height. So you're going to take the left, middle, and side and take the longest measurement from those. And for me, it was 46.75. So once we have that, we're going to select next. Now it's giving us an option of how we want to use these blinds. So do we want the battery powered smart? Do we want wired smart? Or do we just want the cordless manual where there is no extra smart function to it? Now I ordered the battery powered because I don't want to have a cable sitting there and going up to the blinds. So that's what I went with. And you will notice that as I adjust these over here on the side, you can see the different price. So when you make changes, certain things will change the price. So depending on your window, you could choose inside mount, or outside mount above frame. But for me, my windows are going to be inside mount. Now this next setting right here is very important. So when you order the wood blinds, it will come with a valance. So you have 2 different valance types, but right here there is a notice. So it says measure window depth at mounting location as shown. If depth is less than 2.5 inches, we will provide partial valance returns to cover exposed side of the headrail. If mounting depth is between 2 5/8 and 3.5, partial returns will not be provided and valance edge may be visible from the sides. So when I saw this, I just thought, oh, I'll measure from the back of my window and see how deep my window is. That was wrong. So I should have measured from where I wanted the blinds to sit. So come to find out, my window rail here sticks out a little bit further. So I ended up pushing out the bracket so that I met that 2.5-inch requirement. So now really all you do is see the end of my headrails. Not a problem if you're using some curtains with your blinds here, but I wish I would have put 2.5 inches. But let's just go ahead and say we want to have it be 2.5 inches. So double check your measuring, see what it's going to look like where you can actually mount your blinds. And then you do have these two options. You have the Easton Valance and the Morgan Valance. And we went with the Morgan Valance. We thought it had a really nice look. Now this will come in the finish that you order. These are just showing the red mahogany and the stone gray finish there. So let's go next. And now you get to choose your types. You have Arctic White, and it will adjust over here so you can see what it's like. Soft white, mist gray, stone gray, or you can do the stain collection. You have light oak, walnut, red mahogany, or dark walnut. So we decided to go with the Arctic White, and that matches our home. So we're going to select next. And now we're going to choose how we want to control these. Now you can order these and just control them with a Pico remote. You can just link them together. But to really enhance what you can do with these, you will want to pick up a Lutron Hub. And then you could also get the combination of the hub and the Pico remote as well. Now I already have a Lutron Hub, so I'm just going to add a Pico remote. And then down here you have a few more options where you could get a sensor with it or extra plug-in cable, but I don't need that. And then here you have some accessories for the remote, the Pico remote. So you could get this plate where you can mount it to the wall just like a light switch. You can use this adapter as well to put it in a light switch box that's already there, or use this to mount it on a wall. Here you have what's called a pedestal, or you could even add a car visor there. So for the remote, I'm just going to get the white remote here. You do have a few other options, but that's all I need. And we're going to select next. And then here you can add the location. So we're going to call this bedroom, and then you can save it and add it to your cart. And over here, it tells you the total of your blinds and everything that you ordered. So I added these, then I added the second blind that I'm going to pick up, and those 15 days have passed and I now have my shipment. So let's get to the installation. Now this did come in 2 shipments, one with the blinds and one with my Pico remotes. And the blinds were taped in this box, nice and safe. All right, so our wood blinds are unboxed here. Here are all the hardware, so the mounting kit. And then here are some Valance clips. So we'll clip the Valance onto here, and then this is where we will put the batteries in. So I'm going to need 8D batteries for this size. This is the biggest size pretty much you can get. You can get up to 72 inches. And then one unique thing about these is there is no cord that you pull. You're able to just pull them up and down. So we'll get to that in a bit. And then here we have the Valance that will cover the batteries. And I really like how easily accessible they are. So you just pop that off, put in new batteries if you need to, and then you can put it back on. And then here you can see there is the motor on the end. Pretty simple setup here, and it just looks really nice and has a really good smell. So let's get them installed. After carefully removing my old blinds as well as the brackets, it then was time to check to make sure that these actually fit. So I just placed them up, make sure they fit, and it also recommends to make sure that there is a 1/4 inch of space on each side of the blind so that it fits into the bracket properly. All right, so here I've put together the blind and the Valance to see the full depth that I need, because I want to mount this flush with the rest of the window. So measuring this, it's about 3 3/4. I just watched a video on installing. They recommended 3 5/8, but I don't think I want it sitting that far back. So we're gonna go with maybe a little more than 3 1/4, where we're gonna put our mounting bracket to put in the blinds. Now these are pretty easy to install. I just held up the bracket, marked 2 screw holes, screwed a pilot hole with a drill bit, and then screwed in the bracket. Now there is also a center bracket because this is longer than 46 inches that is recommended. Now we just need to pull down the blinds a little bit and place in the blinds into the brackets and snap them into place. Now I quickly noticed I had made a mistake. When I open and close my window, it is rubbing right against the blinds, and I think that's gonna cause an issue later on. All right, so I moved it away from here, brought it up flush right here, so that hopefully we don't have any issues with it rubbing against the window. And then the valance shouldn't stick out too far. Now next we're going to add the secure clips. So they just lock into the bottom and then snap into place, and there's one for each side. I now have the blind installed. I could have even come out a little bit more, but I think where it's at's pretty good as it's not rubbing against the blind when I open the window. And now we're going to put in the batteries and pair it with a Pico remote. So you could use just the remote without actually getting the Lutron Hub. So we're gonna test it out with that first, and then we'll do the smart home integration in a bit. So cool. The battery layout will depend on the size of your blinds. Here I need 8D batteries, and then it does say that these could last 2 to 5 years before I need to swap out the batteries. So now let's get these set up with the Pico remote to control the blind. So the Pico remote allows you to open and close, and then you can hold down these middle buttons to tilt them to the exact angle you want. So to pair, you just press the button here on the left side of the blind, and then you hold down the close option for 10 seconds on the Pico remote. They will start flashing, and then they will pair together. All right, now that the Pico remote is paired, all I need to do is press the bottom button to close them. I just can't believe how quiet they are. And then I push the top button to open. And then if maybe there's a certain position that you want it to be in, you can hold these little arrows to tilt it a certain up, or you could go down. And then when you find that perfect position, you can hold the middle button here for a few seconds, and then it sets that as the favorite. So let's go to close. And then I push the middle button, and now it's going to go to that favorite position. Just like that. So again, you don't need the Lutron Hub to use these. That does add a lot of benefits that I'll get to, but you can just pair it with a Pico remote, and you can use these now independently of the hub, and it's just nice that you have this remote. So sitting by your nightstand or something, you could turn this on, or you can now mount this anywhere in your home where you can easily open and close the shades hands-free, which is really cool. And I really like that there's no cables, there's no cords, there's no tilt wand or anything. So this is your tilt wand. It just makes it look really clean. Let's go ahead and install the valance. Okay, to install the valance clip, back here you have a little spot that is able to go into this little railing. So you just put it in there and you can twist it, and then it locks in. Now to reposition this, you just pinch these clips and then you can move it. So I'm just gonna put in all three, and then when we put it up, we'll reposition if we need to. I found a trick to measure where these need to be placed, and then it will be easy to put it up on the blinds. Once they're in the proper position, then you just need to slide them up on the bottom and they will snap into place. Okay, so the valance locks in. If you do need to change the batteries, you just pull these clips to loosen it a little bit, and then you can pull it down, and there you easily have access to the batteries, and then we can just push it back up, and it locks into place. And here is the end of the head rail. Again, the valance would have covered this if I would have put 2.5 inches when I was ordering, but since I didn't, I do have this part that's just sticking out a little bit. Now, after completing the first blind, it only took me 10 to 15 minutes to set up the second blind, since I kind of knew what was happening. And now that we have this installed, I'm actually gonna pair that remote to this one as well, so I can show you can control 2 blinds or a group with 1 remote. All right, let's check it out. So hit close. There you can see they both close at the same time. Open. Now, because I have the favorite already set up, I just push the favorite and they both change to that favorite. And then I can adjust them, and you can see it's controlling both of these at the exact same time, which is really neat. Second time was way faster. All right, now that I have everything set up, my wife just got home from a trip. She hasn't seen these yet, so it's time for a brand new segment here on Tech with Brett called Kari's Uninformed, Unbiased, Honest Opinion. All right, you ready to try out the new blinds?
Oh my gosh. Sure. Okay.
And did you see the bathroom?
Oh, it's the same. I did not notice that. So what if I just want one or the other open?
This one does both. We can change it to just do one. Come over here to the bathroom. Let me show you. So if you just want the bathroom, there's that.
That's what that is.
Right there. Now you just have the bathroom. What do you think of that?
I think that's really nice.
Okay, now let's open them up all the way. So open it up. Okay, now we're going to raise it up so we can see out the window.
Raise me up.
So you can't do it with that.
Okay. Pick this up.
Yeah, pick it up. All the way.
Wow. I was like not expecting that.
Right?
That's so weird. I was expecting it just not to do anything. Like, that's so weird. It's more interactive than a Google Home for sure.
Do you like that, or do you want the Google Home to do it?
No, I don't want Google to do anything because she doesn't do anything.
Well, let me show you a trick.
Close the bedroom blind.
Okay, closing Tuesday.
She actually listened to me.
She did.
Good for her.
So I've given Kari a bit more of a rundown on kind of how they work. What do you think overall about our new wood blinds?
I'm pretty impressed
Okay, good.
because I hate traditional blinds. I hate the string. It always gets tangled up. It gets off-centered.
Right.
The blinds are then crooked. They get bent. They get really dirty. They're really heavy. I hate them. And then they're just
So you like
so expensive. So I like these. It eliminates the cord.
Yeah.
Obviously, the cord also can be a danger to kids. So the fact that that's not an issue. And I was actually really surprised at how easy you just pushed them up and pulled them down. It wasn't heavy. It was really light. It was kind of crazy.
That's such a cool thing.
The remotes are great. Really easy, not complicated. And the fact that the batteries last, you said like 3 to 5 years, which is pretty cool. That's a long time.
We'll see. Hopefully we'll have a review then when they die. I don't know. We'll see. I'll update the comments. But one of the things we considered is using the shades in here. But with these, I kind of liked them being more private. Mm-hmm. What do you think versus these versus the shades? Because I know you really wanted shades.
I did. Initially, I really wanted shades because like these blinds, there's no cord. They're very quiet, up and down really easily, but allow enough light to come through. So that's why initially I did want the shades, but I think these are a great in-between because they give you the option of how much light you want to let in. They are more private than shades, but I think they're just as seamless as shades are. So I'm actually happy with these. I wouldn't trade them.
So you mentioned sound. Do you remember how loud the My Smart Blinds were compared to these? Would you say these are quieter?
Yes.
Yes.
The other ones are like an old crickety sound.
I'll do a comparison here. You can really hear the motors on My Smart Blinds versus the new
it's like we had like haunted blinds.
Yeah. So,
they were haunted.
So yeah, these work really well. Anything else you want to say about these?
If your wife has any concerns about smart blinds, because the rest of them are usually garbage, these ones are pretty good. I would definitely recommend these versus other options. So.
Okay, thanks, Kari, for your uninformed, unbiased, honest opinion. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Now we're going to add our new wood blinds into the Lutron application. Now to do this, you do need to have a Lutron Hub. I already have that and I've already set it up. So all I need to do is head into the Lutron application. Up here in the settings, I then am going to select Add Device. And then here I'm going to choose what device I want to add. So I'm going to add a blind. So here it says wait for the LED to start blinking, then press and hold the button for 10 seconds until the LED blinks rapidly. So first we need to remove the pairing from the Pico remote, and then we will be able to add it into the application. So this is how you do that. So to reset the pairing, you need to press the button 3 times, hold down on it until it starts flashing, press 3 more times, then you will see it flash red and green, indicating that it has turned off anything that was previously paired, just like this. And now it is ready to begin pairing with the Lutron Hub. Once it starts flashing, it then goes into pairing mode, and then here in the application, it recognizes the new blind, and it's giving us the option to add it to a certain location. So here we're gonna add it to the master bedroom, select next, and then here we can give it a name. So we could call it master bedroom blind. And now one of the really cool things about these new wood blinds by Serena Shades is you can have it automate the blinds depending on the time of day. So we're gonna skip that for now and we'll do that in just a minute. Okay, and so that has now been added into the Lutron application. Let's go ahead and add the other one. Now that we have both of those blinds set up, we're now going to pair the Pico remotes. I'm gonna have one control both of them and another just control the bathroom here. So all we need to do is hold down the bottom button here until the light starts flashing. So after about 10 seconds, it will start flashing. And so let's go ahead and add this one into the master bedroom. And then we're gonna have it control shades, add another one. And then under other, here we have the master bathroom next. And again, this is going to control shades. And I am done adding devices. And to finish up here at the top of the application, it said it was programming, but now it's done. So if we scroll down here we have the master bedroom. So if I press this, I can then turn the shades off or shut the shades, and I can open the shades right here. And then if we go to the master bathroom, I can do the same. I can close and open the shades right within here. Now in the application, if I want to adjust the master bedroom Pico remote, I can just come in here, select edit devices, and then I can choose what devices I want to control. So if I also want to add the master bathroom blind, I can just come in here, select that, select save, and now that has been updated where with this Pico remote, one button is able to adjust both of those blinds, which is really nice. Now in the app, if I want to change the location of these, I can easily just hold down and drag them up higher so that they would be easier to access. Now, one thing I really like about these Pico remotes is you can pretty much mount them anywhere. So on the back here, you can just peel off this sticky piece, put it anywhere, and then you could easily slide it on and off. The other option is you could actually get a little attachment where you can put this on the wall to make it look just like another switch. Or here, if I pull off this backing, I then have this little pedestal that you can get that I can mount it on, so I could just have it sit on my nightstand and use, which makes it really convenient to have around. So now some other things we can do within the Lutron application is you can create scenes. So you could set a bedtime scene. So if we edit this, so here I can turn on the blinds, and when I select bedtime, I can have each of the blinds turn off. So that's really cool. And then we have schedules here. So with schedules, I can make it so it automatically is going to open them at sunrise and shut them at sunset. So a lot of options there. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna edit this evening schedule I already have, and I'm going to turn on both of these. And so it is automatically going to close the blinds at sunset. And then if I wanted to have it automatically open them, I might actually come in here and create a new schedule. Here we can choose every day of the week. And let's say at, 8:30 a.m. that it is then going to open the bedroom. So we're just gonna call it open bedroom. I'm gonna choose the two, and then we're gonna change them to the open position. Select done. And now we have those. And what you can do is you can test it out right now. So I can select the evening option so we can see what would happen once sunset does happen. And then here I have the option for open bedroom, and there you can see that it opens both of those at the same time. Now the other way to control these blinds is through our smart assistant. So right now you can actually use these with Amazon Assistant, your Google Assistant, and at the time of making this video, I couldn't get them to show up in SmartThings, and they don't work in HomeKit yet. Hopefully that is coming soon. So I've already shown how you can add your Lutron devices to these different assistants. If you want to see that, you can head to the video at the end that pops up on screen, and I'll show you how to do it in there. But now let's just head into the Google Home application. Because I've already linked Lutron, here you can see I now have the option for the master bedroom blind and the master bathroom blind. So I can then click on these, I can select add to home, and I can choose where I want these to be added. So here we're going to add this to the bathroom, and then we're gonna add this to the bedroom as well. So I spent a bit more time playing with these new wood blinds with Google Assistant, and I'm really excited about the new integration. So here within the Google Home application, you can see my 2 different blinds. Now the issue I was having is when I said close the bedroom blind, it would close both of them. Well, just like light bulbs, if you have a Google Home in a room with the blinds, it will close both of those blinds that are in that same room. So the problem was the name of my blind. So all I did was name this bedroom window, and now I no longer have the issue where it's closing both, and I can close them independently. So let me show you how that works. Hey Google, close the blinds.
Okay, closing 2 things.
Hey Google, open bedroom window.
Okay, opening the bedroom window.
Hey Google, open bathroom blinds. So there you can see that when I say open the blinds in the window or close the blinds, it will close both of them because they're in the same room. And then if I just ask for the bedroom window, it will just do that one. And then the bathroom blind, just this one. So that's really cool that it has all of that functionality. And then I could also say things like, hey Google, set the blinds to 80%. And so there you can see it didn't close them all the way, but it put it at the percentage I wanted so that we have a little bit better lighting and we keep our privacy. And then here with on the Nest Hub, I also have the option to go into the room, open the specific blind, and open and close the blinds. So here in the Amazon Assistant application in my bedroom, I have adjusted the name of the blind. So here I have bathroom blind and I have bedroom blinds. So let's see how they work with our Echo speaker. Close the bathroom blind. So if you wanted to control 2 of the blinds at the same time, you would need to make a routine where it's able to adjust both of those at once. Okay, so I now have these 2 routines, 1 close bedroom blinds, 1 open bedroom blinds. Close bedroom blinds. Open bedroom blinds. So at this point, we now have the Serena Shade wood blinds all set up. We have them set up with our Pico remotes. We have them set up with our different assistants. Now the last thing to do is get them set up so that they automatically adjust depending on the time of day. This is something that's brand new, so as the sun changes, it will automatically adjust them to give the best lighting experience within the home. So I'm really excited to try this out. Let's head back to the Lutron application to show you how that's done. We are now going to select the blind we want to adjust. So here the master bedroom, and then here we're going to select edit device. And then here we have an option for facing direction. So this is where we can use the location of our phone to automatically orient the position of the window versus the sun. So here I'm going to select use my location, and then here you can see the compass. So as I turn there, you can see what direction it's headed, and that is the correct direction that we are looking, southeast. So we're going to select save up here. So I've added the location of these blinds to both the blinds we set up today. Now we want to enable the natural light optimization. So if we go under here under schedules, here we have natural light optimization, sunrise to sunset. So we're going to edit this. You can click the eye here to learn a bit more. So essentially what happens is as the sun comes into the room, if the sun is like directly into your room, it will then adjust the blind so that it then angles the blind to light up the room instead of just hit you right in the eyes. So this will automatically adjust throughout the day. So this will be really helpful if you have some rooms where the sun is just beating down on you and you want more natural light. So this is gonna work really well. So we just turn it on, and then here we can have it start at sunrise and end at sunset. I kind of like that, so we'll just go with that. Maybe actually on the sunrise, I could have it start 30 minutes after sunrise or an hour. Maybe you don't want it to wake you up as soon as the sun lights up. So we could go ahead and let's just adjust it for an hour after sunrise. And then down here, we're gonna choose what we want it to interact with. So the 2 different blinds, and then we could choose the tilt position. So we could change how much we actually want it to tilt. So we could go down to only 5% or up to all the way closed. So you can control exactly what it is doing there. And then we're gonna select the check mark and select done. And now that has been set up. So then it's going to save this and it will automatically adjust based on where the sun is. So let's go ahead and test that out. Here it is morning and you can see the sun rising and the room brightening up. But then you can see the blinds adjusting to orient the light into the room instead of just opening up the blinds. I thought this was really cool. Usually if it just opens right up, it's a little bit blinding in the morning. So it was nice that it did that. And then they opened up all the way once the sun kind of rose a little bit higher. Now in the evening, it didn't really do much natural light optimization just because the sun's not coming into the windows. But if you have a room where the sun is straight in the windows in the evening, this could be a really great opportunity because it will automatically adjust the blinds so the sun isn't blinding you as it is setting. So it really depends on the location of your windows and the time of the year, how much this feature is really going to help you out. I've now been using the Serena Smart Wood Blinds for a few days and I'm very impressed with what they can do. I now want to talk about some of the negatives and the positives of getting these wood blinds. So first, I didn't mention this in the video, but there is a bit of a varnish smell when you set them up. So the first 2 days, it was pretty strong, open the window, and that seems to have gone away. I still smell it a tiny bit. So if you put them in the bedroom, maybe you want to just get them out, set them in a different room for a day or two, and then install them and you shouldn't have any issues. Now, one thing that really would be nice is if they automatically opened up, but I would say that because this is so easy, like I can barely touch it and push it up and it will go up. That makes it so convenient to have. So maybe having them automatically go up isn't a real big deal, especially since they automatically tilt. So if you are looking for something that automatically goes up, I would highly recommend the Serena Smart Shades. I'll leave a link to the video about that at the end of this one. And then some of the other things is it's not fully ready for smart home. So I could not get it to work with SmartThings. And right now it doesn't work with HomeKit, but Amazon Assistant and Google Assistant work just great. Now at first I did kind of think of not having a way to manually control the tilt was a bit of a negative, but because they work so well with the remotes or with Google Assistant, really that's not a problem because I have so many other options available, and then I don't even have to get up and come to the blind to be able to adjust that. I can do that all hands-free, which is really nice. Now, the last thing that may be off-putting about these blinds is the price. Now, if you are looking to buy a ton of these, it is gonna cost you a bit, but I would say that the functionality of these are way better than just buying another set of regular blinds. Having everything pre-installed here, being able to automatically open up and tilt without having to do anything, just installing them was really great to be able to do. And I would say that it's worth the cost of what they are. Now, the last thing I would have liked different, it's really my fault, was the valance. I wish I would have put the right measurement in so that we had that extra part of the valance so we didn't see the end of it. But again, that's if I would have measured properly, I would have known that, but hopefully this saves you from making the same mistake I did. Now let's talk about all the things that I love about these wood blinds. First, I love how they look. They, of course, are way better than old blinds, and they say that these should last up to a decade. So I'm excited to just have these work for a long time. And then I love how easy it is to lift up, that there's no tilt wand, there's no pull cord. I don't have to worry about any of that. Those are all the things that broke on all the blinds that I currently have. So it's nice that that's not around. And the valance looks great and everything about it looks great. Next up is the natural light optimization feature. Now, because our windows are facing south here in Utah, there wasn't too many times when this is used right now. So in the morning I saw it operate, and then in the evening I saw it operate, which was helpful, but maybe in the winter time I can see it being a little better because the sun's a bit lower. But one of the original reasons I wanted to get smart blinds is because I was sitting on my couch in our family room and the sun was just beating through this kitchen window, blinding me. And so having the natural light optimization on that window would actually be perfect, because then in the evening when the sun is just blaring down so hard, it's lighting up the room instead of blinding me. So I think that's a really cool feature that has been added. So really it depends on where your window is facing, if that's gonna be really helpful for you or not. And I love how they close very tight. Other blinds or old blinds in your home, you may notice that they're not blocking the light very well because they aren't able to get as tight as they were when they were installed, where these, because they have the motors up there, they're able to get super tight and totally close off the light, which is really handy to have. I do love the smart home functionality. So being able to tilt it worked great. Now, when using my smart blinds, they don't have a way to really integrate all of that into Google Home. I got a hub and I now can open and close them, but that's about all I can do. This has amazing integration with Google Assistant. Now I can open and close the specific blinds. I can open and close those in the room. I can set them at a specific tilt percentage, which I couldn't do with any other blind. So I'm really happy that that has full integration into the Google Assistant. And Amazon is almost there, but definitely best with the Google Assistant. Now, the last thing is battery. I am really excited to see how long these will last. Having no solar panel or anything that I need to worry about, I actually have some different shades, not Serena shades, and the other day I had to replace 32 AA batteries, and I wasn't happy about that. So only having 8 D batteries in here is actually pretty convenient, and they said that they could last up to 2 to 5 years or something like that. So even if I just have to replace them every 2 years, I'm pretty happy that I'm only replacing 8 batteries instead of a ton of batteries. Now, that being said, if I were doing a new construction, so if I was building a new home and I wanted wood blinds or the Serena shades, I would highly recommend getting them wired into the home. Then you never have to worry about batteries. You don't have as much waste of using so many batteries, and that would just be so convenient. So if I were to do it again and I had the power coming right to the windows, I would definitely do that, but I think it's a super easy solution to have the batteries right here. So there you have it. Those are the Serena Smart Wood Blinds. Highly recommended if you are looking for some great way to cover your windows. And I'll leave all the info about these in the description below if you want to check them out. Again, you will need to have the Lutron Hub if you want to add it to your smart home. So I have a video all about how to set that up over here on the side that you can check out. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.